Live to tape from the Bellagio Cinema in Tampa, Florida, with your host, Andy Signore. He may have lost the fight, but he'll win the war. This is Nerd Wars.
Welcome to a spooky Nerd Wars! That's right, it's October. We're doing horror-themed Nerd Wars. So happy to be back with 6 competitors who are going to do some really weird topics today. Today we got, which crime would you do in real life if there was a real Purge? We're also going to do, which horror villain makes the best Bachelor? And finally, I can't wait for this one, Mike Myers versus Michael Myers. That's right, in the honor of Halloween coming back, 40-year anniversary. It's back in theaters this week. We want to pit Michael Myers, the killer, versus Mike Myers, the comedian actor. Who would win if you could put all his characters against Michael Myers? We're going to find out today, so stay tuned. Let's get straight to the fight. We have 3 rounds as this show works, and then we're going to do our mini game, Who's the Best, at the end. Your guys are jockeying for 6 points, and it's 2 teams. Let's meet our first team over here to my left. It's Mystery Stink, and first off, thank you for dressing up today in the Halloween episode. It's Shannon. Welcome back.
It's Lazy Beam today.
Laser Beam?
Lazy Beam.
Lazy Beam, okay.
Yeah, the Incredible Girl.
Oh, what, she was a Lazy Beam?
No, I just made up superhero name. It's a made-up superhero name because Gazer Beam.
Gazer, got it. All right, Shannon, who else is on your team? It's Lynn.
Hello.
Hey, Lynn, welcome back. I love your Velma. Yeah, or it's not Velma, it's Daphne. Thank you. I love your
excuse me.
I love your Daphne.
Yeah.
Do you wear this a lot?
No, I just wore it once more for trivia, and it was really easy and it's comfortable. And
Yeah.
I thought that more people were going to be doing costumes.
You have the real. No, you guys stepped up on the costume.
Yay.
So good job.
Yeah.
Does it give us extra points?
Yes, already you're like almost at a half point. And behind you, let's not forget Sam.
Hi there, I'm Sam. I'm the Stink of Mystery Stink. Thanks for having me.
Oh, all right. That's what that was.
That was the mystery.
But Mystery Stink, I want to promote Nerd Brew, nerdbrew.com. We got a big Halloween party brewing, right? We got a lot of stuff. Where can people learn about Nerd Brew events if they're in the Florida area?
You can just go to nerdbrew.com. That's where you can find our Facebook page with a list of all of our events that are upcoming. We do have the Halloversary, which is our 2nd anniversary of operating as a company.
Here at the Bellagio.
Here at the Bellagio.
Ooh, it's
Taking
gonna be
over.
good.
We're going to have multiple theaters. It's going to be a big old giant thing.
On Halloween. So if you're in the Tampa, Orlando area, come on down. It's going to be a rootin' tootin' good time.
21 and up only.
Next up, let's meet the Amityville Whores.
Hello, I'm whore number 1.
Gil, welcome back to the show. Are you excited to be back?
I am excited as always, as much as I possibly can.
This is your 3rd fight now.
My 3rd fight. So far, I'm 1-1, but
Tell the audience something they might not expect about you, Gil.
I mean, if you expect anything out of me, I'm pretty surprised by that fact. I mean, honestly.
All right.
I'm an easy lover. I'm a soft in the eyes, quiet on the voice, firm with the hand, if you know what I mean.
All right, on that note, let's meet behind you. Welcome back, Andrew.
Thank you, Andy. How's it
Hey,
going?
you had a week off, and now you're back.
I had a week off, had to be an adult and an adult.
Oh, wow. So are we going to see, like, chill Andrew today?
You're going to see Chill Andrew.
No, I don't
chilling.
buy it.
Glasses.
I don't buy it.
That's why I got my glasses on.
Well, let's do a minute counter. When will Andrew lose his chill?
Yeah.
That's going to be like an
We should have a
icon.
chillometer. Just.
Well, I love you, Andrew. Thank you for coming back. But let's meet your new team member, her first time on the show. Harper, welcome to Nerd Wars.
Yay.
How are you excited? You nervous? How you feeling?
Excellent. I came up with the name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was fun.
It was a good one.
Well, hail yourself.
Hail yourself.
And welcome to the show. I'm happy to have you, and I'm happy to finally get you here. And let's all get to this. You all know how the show works. Harper, you've seen it. You know enough. The way this works is debating. It's a team environment, so you guys will work together, but each person will lead each round. To start us off with round 1, we have Shannon versus Gil, and we are going to do the first topic, which is round 1. Which crime should you do in real life if there was a real life purge? Best crime to do in a real life purge. I want to hear, what can we do? Everything's legal, so let's hear it. Who wants to start?
Start, Gil.
Gil? All right.
So, as a kid, one of the greatest and saddest things that have ever occurred to me is I was never allowed the fun adventures that I saw in many films like Dunstan Checks In, Slapping the Snickers, Wild Things, all of these things where kids get to learn and grow accompanied with some form of animal creature. I had a dog, but it's not the same. I don't have a sea lion. I don't have a gorilla that talks through sign language. And
No Willie, no Andre. I get what you're
yeah,
doing.
exactly.
Okay.
Nothing.
Yep.
I didn't have any of that, and I feel as if my childhood was ruined for it. And I feel as if I'm not a violent person by nature. I don't want to really do anything evil, but you know what I do want to do? I want to fulfill that childhood need of having the adventure with a sea lion. So I would go to SeaWorld, steal a sea lion. And to be honest, it's not really that hard. They're fairly sweet creatures. You just give them a couple of fishes, they'll just follow you. I mean, they're essentially just children. And I would go through the entirety of Florida Panhandle, stopping off at random beaches and having the adventures that I had always dreamed of as a child.
I think you just got choked up. All right, well, on that note, gather your emotions there. Shannon, let's hear what you're going to do.
So the perfect crime, I think, to commit for a purge is the perfect bank heist through cybersecurity hacking. And the reason why I think it'd be the perfect purge crime, first, it's been done a couple times. You have groups like Anonymous, who are cyber hackers that literally go out and steal money from organizations and give it to charities. They hacked 200 banks in 2011, and in 2013, another hacker took $28 million from U.S. corporations and then gave it to different countries and their charities. So it's already possible to do. So get in line with the hackers, Anonymous, all that. They're going to do that anyways. Break into the banks and then distribute it to everyone in America. Next day, it's all legal. Everyone has money. There's no debt, benefits to it. You have good consumerism. Consumer purge. Nothing feels better for therapy when you're spending money on gifts and stuff like that.
Wait, all right, so we have a purge, and you're getting a sea lion, and you're just going to give everyone money through cyber hacking?
Yes, and you can actually do it. So it's really interesting with the dynamic of how like the internet and all that works now.
All right, this sounds boring. Will anyone burn someone while you do it?
I mean, I'm going to burn the concept of that entire thing down easily.
Okay, would any team member like to add to the purge that you're going? Let's hear it. Keep going. I'm just so far not that impressed, but sell me. Keep going. All right.
You can buy a sea lion with money.
I'm just saying.
Good point.
SeaWorld's not doing great right now. It may not be as much as you think.
Yeah, I think SeaWorld would probably give you quite a good deal.
If you have the
sea
opportunity
lion.
to take one of the biggest frustrations that America's having is the financial economics and then relieve that burden through one bank heist. I mean, you have Ocean's 11 and you have all these.
All right, Gil, any response? Or Harper, what's chime? Yeah, chime in on this bank heist of Shannon's?
I guess for my big reveal, I'm actually in IT. Big surprise, a nerd in IT. So I can tell you this concept of, I have a day, I'm going to break into one of the biggest government facilities or biggest banks in the world, even if you had Anonymous. Like, that's not how it works. Like,
Target lost 40 million credit card.
In one day?
Yes, in one day. And they lost it because
So how did they get into the facilities? How did they get it?
Oh, they did because they did it through a smart application app. So it was an
APC, yeah, I know.
Can you let me talk, please?
No.
Please.
Yeah, if you want to do a nerd wiener fight, I'll step in.
Basically,
Oh,
what
no, it's
happened?
gonna get so nerdy
What
in a
happened
second.
with Target was that Target had a smart air conditioning vent that you controlled through your phone. So the hackers went into that application, and because it wasn't secure, they were able to go into the entire mainframe and steal 40 million credit card applications. Stock went down, everything. It's possible. It happens all of the time. You can
But
access.
not in a day.
Yeah, they did it in a day.
The orchestration would take time.
Exactly.
Can you hand her the mic if she's
Orchestration
gonna
would
talk?
take time.
The execution is the illegal part.
No, the actual
happened on
planning
Purge.
and the actual implementation is the illegal component. When you're actually doing the phishing component is illegal.
But nobody would be able to. It would be a real uphill
The
battle
entire
to
concept
prove it didn't
of
take place
the
in
Purge
a day.
is that everyone is really good for 364 days out of the year.
There's in the Man Bible Fight Club, everyone knows it. There's something Operation Mayhem. They plan it for a long time, execute it in a single night with an organization much like we've been trying to build here with Nerd Brew.
Yeah, they just destroyed it. They didn't do anything. And we all know off-site backups.
Then why does it still happen all the time?
Okay, whatever. It can happen in a day. Jesus, who cares? It still sounds kind of boring.
But we're not talking
and
about
so does
boring.
the sea lion. Well, I'm just saying. We
wait,
got a
wait.
whole day to go purge. As we wrap this up, you got to tell me on why this is the best thing to do when all crime is legal.
Also, sea lions are dangerous. Their bites. Their bites.
They're
are
the
very,
dogs
very
of the
dangerous.
sea.
Yeah, what are you
When
talking
they're trained, when they're just loose.
Yeah, SeaWorld sea lions are trained. That's why they're there. It's not like we're gonna go to Alaska and get a wild one.
They did say they
Like,
were
come
going
on.
to SeaWorld to
Come
get
on
their
now.
sea
We
lion.
have a little bit more sense than that.
Andy,
We have a little bit more sense than that. Come on.
Everyone's gonna
Would
be
you like to
focused
go on a road
violence
trip
with-
adventure? Honk twice for yes.
about? I mean, yeah.
Everyone's
revenge
gonna
with Steve.
focus on violence with the purge. They won't even notice what I'm doing, and I can get away with it.
Right, but what are you going to do with that data?
Yeah, so you get the data, and then what? It's been a day, you've got the data.
Distribute it to everyone in
You're
America.
distributing the credit
here's
card
the
numbers to
issue.
everyone?
No, I'm distributing bank money.
Now, can the bank just change all that the next day?
If you
Yeah.
do it before midnight, yeah.
So the things that they steal from the from companies like
You would
that
distribute
is
it that day, though.
They steal personal data, which means you're taking personal information from private consumers and you're selling it to arbitrary systems in different countries. Data flows like water, especially when it's personal information. Once you've cracked that dam, that water's going to go everywhere, and it doesn't matter who's going to get a hold of it, whether they've got good intentions or bad intentions.
But that was
All right, so chiming in? Okay.
her point was that she didn't care where the money went. She just
She
wanted
does
it to be
care. She's
distributed.
saying redistribute it to the people.
Here's what I'm going to suggest for your final. Your teammates can help. How are you going to make your purge crime sound a little bit more fun and exciting? Final closing argument as to why the Sea Lion Adventure is really or if anyone would like to add an element to it, feel free. Likewise to your hacking. Why is this really the best thing to do in a purge? Gil, I'll let you have your final statement. Go ahead.
I mean, I don't think I really need to explain why having a sea lion would be fun. Honestly, if sea lion isn't your bag, and I can understand that, maybe gorilla. It's a little bit more dangerous, but gorilla, chimpanzee.
Well,
yeah,
are you freeing a zoo, or are you just taking a sea
I'm
lion?
just saying, if you're going to plan to do something, go ahead and change it up. I mean, you don't have to choose sea lion. I choose sea lions because they're beautiful, majestic creatures, and they remind me of myself, especially the elephant ones with the. Never mind. But to me, I feel as if I don't want to hurt people. I don't want to steal money. I don't want to redistribute the wealth. I'm not naive like that. I want to steal a fucking sea lion and have fun. I want to create memories. Because tomorrow I'm gonna have to take him back.
Will you have a celebrity sidekick along the journey?
I didn't want to say anything, but Brendan Fraser may come with me.
Okay.
Whether or not he agrees upon it.
Now that's interesting. Okay, that helped. Now is anyone
Jungle.
helping make
Can
yours
you
a
better than
little
George in the
exciting?
Jungle?
Ocean's 11 with cargo pants.
The whole cast of Ocean's 11.
The entire cast of Ocean's
So you're
11.
kidnapping them all to help you do the cybercrime.
Put them all in cargo pants.
Because now you're intriguing me. Now wait.
Pocket
Just so I'm clear,
protectors.
you're tying up Brad Pitt, George
Yes.
Clooney, all of them, and they have to watch and help as
And
you
you're
do the
forced
We're
to
free
cybercrime.
to. It's the purge.
You
yeah.
absolutely
Bernie
are.
Mac's
That's not
dead. You can't
murder.
do it. You can't do it. It's done.
Are you digging up Bernie Mac? I mean, it is
You gotta
technically
go
illegal.
it-
It is
grave
technically
robbing
illegal.
is
He's
legal.
pivotal in the thing. He's the
Are you
blackjack
digging up
dealer.
Bernie Mac?
Come on.
Yeah, I mean,
Where's
it
that cool
hurts.
meter?
but
Yeah, yes, they're digging up. Okay, now you're talking to me. Okay,
talking
now this is
necromancy.
how yeah, now I'm excited.
You do all this. We're doing a good thing. We're relieving.
We're doing a good thing. We're resurrecting Bernie Mac. It's a good thing.
He
We're
is a
weakening
traitor.
Bernie
He
Bernie
was.
Mac.
He was.
All right,
Weekend
now
at Bernie Mac's. Oh my God.
I mean,
All right.
Can you imagine the theft? But you have the corpse in a wheelchair in cargo pants.
Why
alongside-
cargo pants?
Because that's what.
I'm going to give you each.
That's what you
Now you're
people
seeing
wear.
how this works. I'm going to give you.
Wait,
would you like to
he's
add
wearing
any
purple
other
shorts.
element?
I mean, I thought sea lion was enough, but if anyone wants to chime in,
No,
I mean,
not-
you want
Harper, you got an idea?
A saucy penguin friend.
Sure.
I,
It's the purge. Anything's possible.
I was thinking Airbud 7.
Ooh, Air Bud's showing up too. Okay. All right. Anything else?
Simon Pegg for Mission Impossible. He was the tech guy. He's a perfect actor. He's done this before. Then we have someone
Airbud Ocean's
like
11.
Tom Cruise and that crew. Mission Impossible, Ocean's 11 together.
Are we blaming all them for doing it?
It's free. Yeah.
And who's gonna prosecute all of those media darlings?
No one. No one's
You're gonna
want to.
frame Bernie Mac.
All right, time. I gotta say,
You?
Brendan Fraser helped. I'll be honest, Gil.
always does.
Brendan Fraser totally helped.
made
I
my
miss
90s.
Brendan Fraser. I want more Brendan Fraser.
Brendan Fraser.
But they brought the whole cast of Ocean's 11, and then they dug up Bernie Mac, which is just nice to have him back, you know?
We miss you, Bernie.
I mean, you can say it's wrong, but it's the purge. Nothing's wrong on that day, as long as you bury him respectfully afterwards. It's nice to have another moment with Bernie Mac. I gotta give Mystery Stink the first point. Bravo. That was more sounding
It was all because of
purge-worthy.
Bernie Mac, always.
That was a little bit more purge-worthy for me. All right, bravo, good work. That got weird. I'm glad it finally got weird. I mean, it started very weird, but it got at least more fun weird. Time for round 2. Which horror villain would make the best Bachelor? Ooh, we got Sam and we got Andrew, and you guys are vying. You can pick any horror villain out there, but they have to be the best contestant of ABC's The Bachelor, which I am a part of Bachelor Nation. Those who know me, not gonna lie, I've watched every season. It's pretty pathetic, but it's
Hey, man,
Halloween.
everyone
I
has
want to
their
know
vices.
what villain would be the best Bachelor. Andrew, who are you picking?
All right, so, I thought about going this long spiel, but I'll just keep it simple. I'm going to go with Hannibal Lecter.
That was like a medium spiel.
Yeah, medium spiel. From the movies, let's. That's
Movies.
canon. Not the
You're
TV
going Anthony
show.
Hopkins.
I'm going Anthony
Okay.
Hopkins.
Sam,
I'm going older.
which horror villain are you picking as your Bachelor?
Now, don't be mistaken. Don't get blue. But everybody knows Leprechaun is the best Bachelor that you guys want to see.
Ooh.
It's
Sam?
funny. He makes rhymes the whole time.
Yeah, but that didn't rhyme.
It didn't really.
I literally made it up while I was waiting for him to do his opening.
All right. Fight it out, guys.
Sam, would you want to go first or?
Certainly.
Thank you. No
So
problem.
the Leprechaun's Bachelor might be a little bit more feeling like the Flavor of Love, which it's got almost the exact same number of viewership as ABC or whatever The Bachelor. I think it was 6 million versus 7 million on cable TV VH1. That's some entertainment. Is a
Good
little
show.
short guy macking on a bunch of hoes. And
Whoa!
did you? I watched.
I watched
that
it.
show.
Yeah.
They weren't even. They're not even pretend like that. That's how he describes
How
them.
many Irish pubs?
That's a
what he
profession.
does. He calls them hoes. Yeah. go
Yeah,
ahead.
it's a profession.
Okay. True.
Don't worry. Go ahead. We're
Yeah.
not judging you. I think Flavor Flav called them hoses.
And
Yes.
so, what is the number one thing? No, so like, what's a little bit tamer too, if you want to try and go out of that. What is the number one thing women say they want in men? If they say that, humor. Who is funny 10 times out of 10, even if maybe his movie's not that great? The freaking Leprechaun is always funny. He's always got a funny rhyme, a funny quip, and every single time he let a girl go, well, A, he'd probably kill her in a horrible way.
Sure.
But B, he'd have a really funny line like, what a wonderful lass, what a shame I had to blow out your
But I
ass."
think that
He said that. That was a really funny quote.
that is a good quote. But I think
In the Vegas one.
the point of the Bachelor is he's trying to fall in love. He's trying to get married. At the end of the day, he was in the other seasons. He lost. He was second or third. He's trying to get his love. He's trying to settle down. And that's where I go with Hannibal Lecter. We're out. We're past the events of the Hannibal. He's free. He gave the kid the brain. He's home. He's doing whatever. He lost a season. He wants to settle down. He wants to reflect on his life. Now, here's the thing. With him, I think that his appealability, his sexiness, it comes from he's an academic, a forensic psychiatrist, a very intelligent
Always
man.
sexy. I mean, mainstream ABC appeal. 50-year-old
Sure,
academic.
but we're going older. We're going to the senior citizens, I guess. Maybe they'll have an old
It's a senior edition of the Bachelor.
Bachelor senior. Why not? Because
Brought to
he's
you by
got to
Viagra.
be 60, 62,
Hey,
something.
those seniors sleep around, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, watch ABC.
And also seniors smoke the
Maybe
most
Maybe this is
pot
on
apparently.
CBS. But go ahead.
Anyway, sure. But anyway, he has charisma.
Fox News'
You
very
saw
first reality show.
Yeah. It could, all right. So we're seniors. Whatever. New
Okay, yeah.
network. Whatever. Okay. Fine.
so cut.
Party foul. All right. Keep. We'll clean it up. Yeah. Get
Okay,
it.
do we keep going?
Can
All
you
right,
get that
we're rolling.
tag as we're still going, Anthony? All right. Here we go. As long as it's not in the gear.
Okay.
I got to keep that in. I mean, we got that in the wide shot, I hope. Let's do a replay. Wow, that was awesome. All right, keep going.
Awesome replay. Okay, he's got money. He's got the charisma. He's got friends. He can hold a room, and he's a great cook. You saw the scene in Red Dragon where he was hosting a dinner party. Mind you, he's very cultured. He's on the board of this orchestra or whatever, and he's obviously feeding them humans.
Again,
so
ABC
again, when he has listen, when he gets to the hometown dates with the 3 women, and they're going to the families, he's gonna have each girl's families in the palm of his hand. Okay, literally and figuratively, they're gonna love him. He's gonna get every girl all those 3 women will want to accept a proposal from Hannibal. Absolutely, he's gonna, and then at the end, he will find his true love. I really
Now,
think so.
if
He's
you're
a reformed
talking
man.
about who can threaten families with the most horrific anything, we'll skip past that because I think the Leprechaun still got you beat. But what about the fantasy suite? You got a guy, a geriatric, can't deliver, based off of a homosexual Mexican doctor who only ate men. in a dating show as a bachelor with women. Again, you can mix it up if you want.
Wait.
But how is he going to deliver in the fantasy suite or whatever it's called, where they actually?
Oh, you know what it's called, Sam.
Have pre-consensual contract sex.
Sure, but again, the canon. I think you mentioned the homosexuality factor. I think that was only addressed in the TV show, so that's not canon. We're going in the movies, and also, Ridley Scott has come out and said that romance between Clarice and Hannibal was present throughout his movie. Also, Hans Zimmer, the composer, says ultimately he believes that the movie is to be a dark love story centering on two people who should never be together, a modern day Romeo and Juliet. And I think as far as the fantasy suite thing, the Leprechaun, he's too selfish. He's not going to share half his gold.
All right, go ahead.
I just don't see it.
I watched The Bachelor. The best part of The Bachelor.
He's not going to do it.
The best part of The Bachelor is the ladies getting on each other's throats, ready to kill them. The confessionals. If you're trying to get the audience for Hannibal Lecter, he goes for a more intellectual woman. So it's all going to be very rational, intellectual women who are doctors, all that, instead of the nurses, actors, all that that you typically go to, that cat fight. It's so boring. Plus,
no. He's not producing the show.
Can you imagine a confessional where this woman's bawling her eyes out, and then all of a sudden a leprechaun comes in and beats her brains in? That's hilarious to me. Yeah.
He'd be classy. He'd be funny about it. He wouldn't just beat her brains, and it'd be a really funny, ironic death.
But he would totally do it during
All right,
the confessional.
Gotcha. Yeah, let's get Sam back in to finish up.
So for example, one of my favorite deaths of the Leprechaun. There was a lady who was all like, it's Vegas. She's all like plastic surgery. He literally explodes her by blowing up her boobs and butt so big, she looks like someone from Flavor of Love, and then she explodes. So he has the power to literally make a woman perfect for the generic ABC, basic B audience that would enjoy that kind of stuff, possibly to the death if he really doesn't like her. He can make girls fight. He can see the real downsides of them, and he will kill them in an ironic way. Unless he takes in the fantasy suite, in which he is quoted several times as being very well endowed, and he makes up for his short stature in a big way.
Also,
all right.
Harper, go ahead.
All right. I like your argument on the type of women, but I feel that it's so 2005. This generation of TV viewer, movie viewer, is looking for someone who's fucked up in the head. Thank you, American Horror Story. Now, what I'm saying is, who's fucked up in the head? Harley Quinn.
Angela Bassett.
People who are smart. The smartest women are the most crazy, fucked up people you'll ever meet. And those are the people that the Anthony Hopkins as the Bachelor is going to be picking from the whole lot. Much better show.
And you'll have better machinations behind the scenes as they try to politically overthrow each other.
Or ever cast on The Bachelor.
Yeah. Okay, so there's one.
All right.
What? And she's not hyper interesting in a reality TV kind of format. She's hyper interesting in that if you follow her around in a drama / thriller, then you get to see her side of things, and that's why it's interesting.
On that note, let's talk about the women who would be on your show vying for your Bachelor. You both have pitched me interesting Bachelors, but you both are tapping on it now. Tell me a couple of the women that are jockeying for the heart of the Bachelor and what they're going to be talking about and why they're going to be entertaining to watch too.
You want to go first?
All right, it's everyone. I mean,
my God.
Casey Anthony, if you remember the news a few years ago. Yeah, you have everyone from waitresses to PhDs because everyone wants to be with this man. He's a creepier James Bond in his attraction.
He would kill the dumb ones immediately. They wouldn't have a chance.
No,
that's fine. He's looking for true love. That's fine.
Boring. It'd be a boring show with boring people. We'd get no viewership. It wouldn't make it through. He'll get killed in the third season before he finds his true love of Clarice. Because that's a boring casting.
It'd be good HBO slow.
But with
also get men. At the very least, he's pansexual, which means we've got a choice of men, women, and the rainbow in between. So we could actually have but he's looking for somebody who's very similar, maybe in intellect, but also in interest.
ABC would never.
We could have Casey Anthony
I like that,
and O.J. Simpson on the same show.
Disney would never bite. They would
And it
make
would be
it
a
too.
chess
They
game.
make it
All right, so you're telling me there's smart women, OJ and Casey Anthony, all vying for Hannibal.
Exactly.
Okay, Sam, who is vying for the Leprechaun?
Okay, so this is tough because you pretty much just made it like the Dirty Dozen of criminals that you're just
The
gonna watch.
Surreal Life, another
die.
hot VH1
Oh, well,
show from back in the day.
I actually remember that one. I had a whole bunch of hot tub jokes, but we're gonna because he's so short. No, but you have all these episodes. So you're gonna have girls from the hood. You got girls from space. You got girls from Vegas. You got. You got Jennifer Aniston before she was in that.
She's definitely not in it. She won't sign for the sequel.
She's single now.
She's contractually bound.
Nope.
Like 20 years from my headcanon. I get to say what I want. Yeah, you don't know for sure.
No, she said.
Yeah, Lynn's
definitely
right.
She
not
said on
Jennifer Aniston.
Wikipedia that she
might
would.
wanna
She's
come back.
embarrassed by that
All
film.
right, well, let him talk. All right, we got Jennifer Aniston. We got
She's
girls
not
from
doing
the
anything
hood,
else. She's got
girls from
Horrible
space.
Bosses
Who else?
too now, I think. I think that's enough variety. You want to throw guys in there, you can too. Although he would just smoke
ABC
out
would
with like
never-
Ice Cube and like he'd rap. He'd be able to do he can do anything. He literally can dance.
All right, last closing thought here. What is the core tagline for your show? Give me the tagline of the season. I'm looking at the poster. I'm seeing your Bachelor stand there. Are there rose petals? What am I? Give me the last little visual sell. All right, if you're ready.
All
go.
right, so Hannibal, he's gonna take you to dinner. You and your family to dinner.
Ooh, he's
Yeah,
gonna
come
take
on.
you and your family to dinner.
Although I'm gonna
Okay.
go with he ain't looking for no gold digger, but they ain't messing with no.
Broke green guy.
Well, you got. Are you gonna
Broke
go?
Irishman
Okay,
There you go.
with a giant wiener. They literally bring it up in like 4 of the movies for no reason.
It's canon.
All right,
It's
time
terrible for Warwick Davis.
That was fun. All right, good work, guys. Bravo, nice job. Two dudes arguing about bachelors. That's always fun times.
Irish wiener. Irish.
Well,
You know the Venezuelan guy
I'll be-
season? It was so terrible.
Yeah,
it was
well,
so
yeah.
disappointing.
Yeah,
Spend money.
Juan Pablo.
Oh man, he was my
he
favorite.
was the worst. Jerry O'Connell's brother, Charlie O'Connell, wasn't very good either. Anyway, there's been a lot of
Scumbags.
stinkers. Anyway, look, to be honest, I would watch both of these seasons.
All right, that's good.
But Andrew, man, he got me with a core belief of The Bachelor. It is about true love. You're
That's it,
missing
baby.
that, Sam.
Wind up
Flavor
together.
love is
Yeah.
about just banging hoes.
They don't want.
The
at least it was
Bachelor is
honest.
always about true
That's
love.
what makes it the show.
But they don't
That's what
tell
brought
them
my
when they
grandpa
don't
back
get
every
married.
year. Got R.I.P.
The drama comes from the true love, and you had me there with your catchphrase and the space bitches. That sounds awesome.
Space bitches. Wow.
I think the smart bitches are gonna be so catty and so crazy and doing everything they can. So they show up on The Bachelor and they're a pain in the ass and they get vindictive and they do some crazy
imagine,
stuff.
like-
I've seen them on The Bachelor.
Rob Zombie's wife.
But anyway, just because it was neck and neck, I gotta go for the
Devil
love.
Rejects
I
was
want to
terrible.
watch Hannibal Lecter
Find true love.
find true love. I gotta
After
give
killing all
Andrew
those
the
people?
first.
All
their
right,
first
you. High five.
Sam is pissed. Look at the stun.
Look at his face. Can I get a close up on his face?
It will get
I get a close
skyrocketing
up?
ratings on
Close up?
Fox News.
They both will. They're both gonna murder people, so therefore
Yeah.
it's gonna get
selling
ratings.
diapers.
And then
Find
he
out what they know.
he killed. And then at the wedding, he feeds his wife.
The implication.
He feeds his wife like the wife's uncle or something. Like it would be fantastic.
All right, time for round 3, where we will pit Mike Myers versus Michael Myers. That's right. Halloween's Michael Myers is going up against actor Mike Myers in a toe-to-toe battle. Who would win? Now, we have Harper and we have Lynn. Let's just clear up. Who's here for Mike Myers? Harper, you'll be tackling Mike Myers, and that means Lynn, you'll be tackling Michael Myers.
Yes.
Okay. To make this,
Yeah, baby.
To make this a little clear, I thought it'd be helpful if we, select 3 of Mike Myers' characters. Does that work for you both? So Michael
Absolutely.
Myers has to slash his way one by one through 3 Mike Myers characters. You have to pitch me why one of those 3 characters, or eventually the third, would take him out. Ready to fight this? Why don't we start with Michael Myers? Going to give us a little spiel on what Michael Myers would do or why he's going to stop, or would you rather hear from Mike Myers first?
He committed his very first murder when he was age 6 on his very own sister. He killed, over the course of all of his movies, he killed between 81 and 89 different people. Some of them all at the same time, some of them ironically, some of them in some kind of a comedic fashion, most of which were visceral stabbings or just awful in general. He was also, quote unquote, slain a ton of different times. However, he cannot die because as was stated by Sam Loomis in the film, hell has no room for him.
That's terrifying.
All right. Terrifying indeed. And he's back in the theaters this week. We'll see if it works. But meanwhile, let's see if Mike Myers can take him out. Harper, let's hear what you got.
All right, so obviously everyone knows Mike Myers as a overall fast, quick-witted man, ruler of the 2010 comedy, or before 2010 comedy scene in SNL and a few movies. Austin Powers, Cat in the Hat, a few others. So I've got 3 that I picked from his long list. I've got number 1, the Cat in the Hat. We have a very disgusting, terrifying, anthropomorphic version of Michael, or Mike, as he likes to be called, who is live action and able to shape shift. Also, he can split himself into 2, as you can see, especially in the Cupcake Kitchen scene of the 2003 movie. I can also refer
I
to
feel
that.
so bad you had to figure that out.
Oh yeah, no, I researched. I researched
It's the worst
specifically
movie.
that scene to show the deepness of the psychopathy of the Cat in the Hat. Not only does he split his personality physically into 2 entities, he then proceeds to tell his secondary co-host, "I'll get you, and I'll make it look like a bloody accident." Now, as they're
Apparently I do need to see the movie.
discussing how to make cupcakes out of every household item that is available to you, the tempo of the argument heats up a little more, and he says, while holding a butcher's cleaver, that he is going to he threatens him a second time to kill him, and then cuts off his own tail with no notion of pain whatsoever. He actually laughs about it. He does not show any sort of yelp or scream or any sort of amount of agony.
She just said he cried.
I thought he cried. Like, I watched the movie.
No.
The whole thing ended in that.
I just watched the scene several times in the past.
He might
3
whimper or
hours.
whatever, but he lives.
Yeah.
He survives.
Like,
It's not a big deal.
In the Cat in the Hat, no one actually dies.
They
at
don't
all.
die, but they definitely chop their own limbs off. Just saying.
Michael Myers.
And also, I don't know if you've noticed the deadpan of Dakota Fanning's acting in that movie, but
She might be dead.
she may be. But basically, nobody is either feeling pain or acknowledging it based off of how incredibly psychotic
All right,
they
any
are.
takes on Cat in the Hat and Michael Myers taking on Mike Myers' Cat in the Hat before she goes to her next person?
I mean, okay, so I knew you were going to wind up picking him because he's magic. And admittedly, Michael Myers is also kind of magic. Well, he's definitely magic. I mean, he's able to lift very large and heavy things like a giant tombstone or things like that with total ease. He was able to impale a man with a door. I'm not joking. He's not just incredibly strong. He also knows exactly when to strike. He can force himself into a self-induced coma and then wake up only when he can do the most evil. I mean, you know, he kills. He has absolutely zero compunctions about killing children, babies, pets.
Has he
everybody.
killed anyone else magical?
I'm sorry?
Has he killed anyone else magical? That you know
I mean,
of?
he went up again. No, he didn't. Here, hold on. Yeah.
Not just a quick thing, because how does an unstoppable force stop beating an immovable object? In the documentary Freddy vs. Jason, you find out. because it really comes down to who can die, even if it is just for a single episode. And God, I want to see that sequel, especially with Ash in it. That was rumored, and I died inside when they killed it. But Freddy lost that fight purely because Jason just literally never stops. Michael Myers literally never stops. Mike Myers, the Cat in the Hat, he's probably just going to grow old and get stabbed a million times and clone and die, but he'll die. I mean, he's just going to die.
I would like to rebuttal with this year, 2018, he revised the role of Dr. Evil to show that he was a retired member of the Trump cabinet. So he probably will never die, even if he outlives all of his henchmen.
Are you going for Dr. Evil as your second character?
No, unfortunately not.
So far, even battle. What's your number 2 Mike Myers character?
Okie dokie. So I knew that you were going to bring up the concept of him being magical, and also that Michael Myers was going to be fighting via evil, and I'm just going to pose the question, would you rather fight something or fight for something that has a notion of complete evil or complete chaos? Because honestly, the Cat in the Hat is an example of complete chaos. Now, to go on to something more realistic, Austin Powers. Austin Powers, the International Man of Mystery, very real character based off of all of the, whatever those spy movies are.
James Bond.
Yeah, that guy. All right. Yeah, them things. I was thinking Neil Breen Double Down, but,
Very close.
Look,
Yeah.
Michael Myers can't stand up to Neil Breen. That's just
he was.
obvious.
That would have been an unfair fight. Neil Breen's.
I would never argue Neil Breen.
Yeah.
Now, Austin Powers uses an arsenal of weapons. He is a trained assassin. He's a trained manipulator. He is trained in espionage. He has fought and won and bested against 2 international evil men, both Goldfinger and Dr. Evil. And also, he has escaped every death trap that they have put in front of him, including sharks with frickin' lasers on their heads.
It's very fair.
Now, also, not to mention that his only weakness is really women, which Michael Myers, I assume, is not, because his mother has stated that before.
It kind of is, because he went up against his little sister, but then he wound up beating her anyway. So it just took a bunch of movies to do it. The only problem, well, no, there are several problems with the International Man of Mystery, but one of those is that he lost to a penis pump. So he definitely can lose. Yeah.
I mean, the penis didn't come off.
No, it just sort of exploded in his face. He lost. I mean, sure, I guess eventually he got back his mojo, et cetera, et cetera. And maybe he's taken out, a number of henchmen, but for the most part,
15 to be exact.
But he never killed Dr. Evil. Dr. Evil wound up getting away in the end. And I mean, the movies are about how he's a bungler.
He's not a bungler. He is full of mojo, and he's always doing everything that he does in the era of the 70s. Now, unfortunately, he does time travel.
He can't schmooze Michael Myers. Michael Myers don't talk. He'll just
shoot him in the face with a 380.
But he can withstand
Hold on,
it.
just keep the mic on. You don't have to turn it off.
He's been shot like 1 billion times, and he's still he survived decapitation and immolation. Like he survived literally he survived multiple gunshot blasts. Dang, I didn't bring notes myself, but he died, quote unquote, 1 million different ways, and then wound up coming back, and then also just resurrected, and he has an entire cult on his side who worship him for the undying creature that he is. So I mean, he's got.
Did you have a chime in?
Multiple.
I just had a quick chime in. Look, Austin Powers, Mojo and all, he's got the judo chop. In the movies, he does the judo chop. They get knocked out.
I mean,
so I'm thinking
but
with
Michael
chaos,
Myers does a judo chop
with
with
chaos.
a machete.
Hold on, let me speak. Hold on, 1 second. With chaos, with Cat in the Hat, and Austin Powers judo chop, and then not to mention our third character. I think we got a trap brewing in our hands. I think we got it.
All right, let's
I
see the
think we're
third
gonna
character, so we can
we're gonna get the
let's
big
put all
W.
the cards on the table. Who is the third character that he would have to fight through?
I dug way, way deep, and I picked Charlie. Charlie from I Married an Axe Murderer. Now, I know what you're thinking. The most realistic of them all.
And also
A man with
my favorite.
charm who refuses a woman's advances, even though they're in the same working field. I have Charlie because Charlie has a very extreme paranoia. He has dumped multiple women that he has been in very serious relationships with for multiple reasons, including the excuse that one of them smelled like soup. Very Seinfeld-esque.
Yeah.
Now, paranoia is very, very useful as it basically says you have a heightened sense of awareness. Not to mention, he does fall in love with a butcheress. Butcher. But the reason why they fall in love and the reason why they get along so well is because he previously was a butcher. Very good with knives, knowing the different cuts of steak. Very good with a single-handed weapon. Or double hands if you're a rogue, I think. Wow, I don't know.
He did prove that he was capable of taking down an axe murderer. However, it was a very tiny, frail lady who was very mortal.
Well, this is your problem with that. She was not a frail lady. She was actually trained in martial arts.
All right, so we have Charlie, we have Austin Powers, and we have Cat in the Hat.
Yes.
Last wrap up here. How is Michael Myers just going to plow through those guys, or is he going to have trouble?
But here's the problem. Even if they do manage to take him out, even if all of those turn into a strange amalgamation of like a Voltron-esque super Mike Myers, even if they manage to kill, quote unquote, Michael Myers, he's going to come back. He's just going to get revived over and over and over again, and it will never end. And Mike Myers will eventually go absolutely batshit crazy because he cannot get rid of this motherfucker.
Do you have a reply to that?
Yes, as an example of all the sequels of Mike Myers, this is about winning the battle, not the war. And honestly, Mike Myers always comes out on top on every single movie he has ever created.
Except for Love Brewer.
So how does Mike Myers stop him from?
I can't hear you. Go ahead. Say that again.
Sorry.
How does Mike Myers stop him from coming back from the dead? Just one example. How does he stop him from coming back from the dead?
Thing 1 and Thing 2.
No, we're not talking about the Cat in the Hat.
The Cat in the Hat couldn't even control Thing 1 and
couldn't
Thing
control
2.
Yeah, so how can Michael Myers control Thing 1 and Thing 2?
He kills them
How?
with knives.
We got knives. I told you we got
guys,
knives.
Knives.
All you gotta do is just stab their.
It's more fun.
I don't know.
All you gotta
How do you
do-
say knives?
All
I'm
you
not
gotta do
sure.
is stab
Okay,
their
guys,
eyeballs a
it's
couple
quite
times.
simple. It's very simple. Cat in the Hat distracts him. We got Austin Powers comes in with a judo chop, knocks him out, sedates him. He's done. Then we got, what's his name, Charlie? So Charlie, he comes in. Charlie comes in. Charlie.
How do you sedate him?
Listen, with the judo chop, they're out. It's the same thing. You seen the movies?
100%.
100%, like flawless victory up in this motherfucker. So anyway, Charlie comes in.
the judo
We
chop,
chop his
Austin
legs.
Powers
We
judo
chop his
chop.
arms. Okay, and then my boy Mike Myers, he calls Elon Musk. They're friends. Look it up. They're friends. Puts that bitch on the spaceship like he did his Tesla. He's out to space. That's like minus whatever Kelvin. He ain't coming back from that. He's not coming back from that. like that
What
temperature
happens
shit.
if Michael Myers throws a ball of yarn by Cat in the Hat? He's off distracted because it's been more than obvious. The Cat in the Hat can't stay focused. He is.
Mike Myers is
major
basically a zombie.
ADHD.
He don't do the critical
Michael
thinking.
Myers, all he does is kill, and he's very focused on it.
Right, but if we shoot him off into space, that's a completely different movie, and we're done.
So they shoot him up into space. We haven't done Halloween in space yet. What is your response to that?
So you can do as many different. You got Jason X. You can keep going up. Here's the thing. She's got 5 lives, if I'm not mistaken.
9.
What?
Cat in
Get
the
that
Hat.
Cat in the Hat crap out of here. You got
At least 9.
One stinker,
At least
one
9.
solo movie, and
At
you got
least
3
9.
lives. That middle one's questionable with Austin Powers.
Austin Powers had
Michael Myers comes
two
back 7
success-
times. Is it 8 now with this one? Michael Myers.
Austin
has got
Powers'
lives to
Goldfinger
spare
made
to come back to
203
win
million
this.
at box office. Don't call it a stinker.
Wait, what?
Listen,
Oh,
Cat in the
forgot.
Hat. Cat in the Hat.
Austin Powers made a lot of money.
Excuse me. Wait. Real quick. We have the time stone, baby. We can just we could Doctor Strange this hoe. That's it. Done. We got the time travels. We come back.
Time travel, space.
I don't remember that
Hey,
particular
Doctor,
Marvel
you know,
superhero.
No, they're saying
Dormammu,
Austin
we
Powers
came to
goes
bargain.
in time. He
We
can
came
time
to bargain,
travel.
baby.
And he cried his eyes out when he tried to deal with how the real world was the first time he popped out.
That gun and he got it done.
We got it
He
done.
doesn't. Did Michael Myers ever kill anybody? Mike Myers ever kill anybody?
Yes.
Other than
He's
Michael
a spy.
McDonald, where he really tried to tell him to get out of the way of the steamroller.
Well, you said he killed 15 henchmen, right?
Yeah, exactly. They're done.
He killed 15
Michael
henchmen.
Myers killed 90 people.
Listen, we have the time stone.
All right.
And we got a
We got
trap.
the time stone.
Elon Musk.
Yeah, it really.
Elon Musk somehow showed up.
It really doesn't matter if like there's any sort of defeat. Like we can just go back in time.
Yeah, Mike Myers needs a time machine.
We have
'cause
a
his
time
career's
machine.
Dead.
All right.
Personal foul.
Final. Look, I'm on the fence. I need a 10-second closing from each of you. Explain how they're gonna kill the other.
Okay, it's gonna go like this. Oh no, dead. Oh, dead. Oh no, everybody's dead. Oh no. There it goes.
So-
That's how it's gonna be.
So you're saying knives?
For the most part.
All right. So.
That is his signature, yes.
All right. So knives. Knives. So us, it's time travel and knives.
And
If
Elon
he
Musk
can get
spaceship.
to
They're
the
friends.
time
All right.
machine
Time.
Before Michael Myers kills
Oh
him.
man. Adon, why don't you come up here? Come on, undefeated. Undefeated because of your teams. I need another opinion. Any sake on any horse in this race you got?
Honestly, I do love Michael Myers.
Oh, we have someone who
But-
likes Michael Myers.
In listening to arguments and knowing the characters of Mike Myers, if we're talking about their abilities and talents and skills, Halloween will lose. Let's just put it this way. How
Is Elon
Charlie-
Musk helping your
No,
decision?
well, I'm just saying.
He's not helping
Charlie has
anybody right
devil's
now.
luck. Like was attempted to be killed multiple times when
All
this
of them
woman-
were.
Yeah, they were all attempts, and then the
They were.
serial
None of
killer-
them were murdered.
No, they weren't murdered. They all survivors. Austin Powers does have the arsenal behind him. He has killed multiple people, not just the guy under the steamroller.
Is it fair when it's Mike Myers versus Mike Myers?
Mike Myers
Does
versus.
Mike Myers win?
No, we can't
Hey,
hear
that's
you.
not.
Yes.
Here, talk into this mic while he
I
can
want to
talk
bring
here.
up one thing just as a joke. So on Robot Chicken, it was revealed that Michael Myers is Mike Myers. Dun, dun, dun. I don't know if it's canon.
But
It's
that
probably
also
not.
means Mike Myers wins.
Yeah, Mike Myers. Oh, that doesn't help. He beats himself. Well, here's where. Thank you, Don. That was good work. I think
You played yourself.
ultimately it came down to the fact that I think that neither of them would really die, but Mike Myers using time travel, Elon Musk, I guess a little bit, or space at least, would at least launch him into space before Michael Myers did to Mike.
You know
so
he'd
that
come
would
back.
stop the fight.
Jason X
the
is the
longest
best of
we
the
could
Jasons,
do.
in my opinion.
So I got to give Mike Myers the point. Wow, bravo. That was fun, though. That was a funny round. That's right. I got to give Amityville Horrors. You guys got the point. That puts you to 2-1 against Mystery Stink. But don't you fret, guys. You still have 3 more points to earn here on Who's the Best. I've brought back my bag, and I'm going to throw Skeletor in the mix as well. Some of those other ones that I've already grabbed. Inside this bag are a bunch of figures. I'm going to pick 2, and then I'm going to give you a topic. You guys will have to decide who would be the best. We are going to flip coins, and Shannon, you can call it heads or tails.
Tails.
It is heads. Gil, you will get first choice, and your team. First up, it'll be who would be the best president? And inside this bag, we have villains, monsters, and all the bad guys. So, who would be the best president? Pennywise,
He loves children.
the Punisher.
I mean,
Strong city-state.
Yeah, that's dystopian.
But you're going to pick the Punisher?
yeah.
Okay. You guys have Pennywise. Pennywise versus the Punisher. Who's the best? Go.
So he's Frank Castle. He's tough on crime. Very, 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 very tough on crime. But he's only doing it because he cares about his family. He is a father, a lover, a son. And I think,
Very accurate with the gun.
yeah, incredibly accurate. I mean, if anything, I feel as if there's already a couple of states that already have someone like him who's already elected.
Believes and practices the Second Amendment.
Yeah, he believes in our Constitution.
Yeah.
If you want to...
Sort of.
Yeah, he can
No,
give you the
yeah,
mic.
I
Okay.
mean, skirting
Let's hear
it.
about
Okay.
Pennywise.
Yeah. He can be Frank Castle if he wants. In
Just
fact,
don't ask him to talk.
He's not even a he. He is a she, an interdimensional being that can take any form, and usually bases it around people's fears. And so he could take that to the White House, and not only scare his way in, but then also scare all of the other countries that decide to go against us in any way.
The problem is we're already afraid of the president.
Well, so we have that, but he's not scaring anybody else.
The rest of the countries aren't afraid of our president.
Hold
The
on.
rest
If there's not a mic on you guys, don't talk. How's that? Cool.
the rest of the countries think our president's a joke, while they'd be
Well-
fucking terrified of that thing.
I think there's a
Well,
difference between
both
being-
armchair, both they're terrified of him. I mean, it's,
Yeah, I think it really... There's a difference between, oh, yeah, I'm a little scared of that guy, and, oh, yeah, that's an intergalactic spider. I mean, that's an entirely different concept.
Tell me,
Like, he's
tell me
self on
Frank
drugs.
Castle's position on education and children.
He's going to leave that to more educated people. He has, what was the guy's name? The guy who sits in the background, does all the
Actually,
stuff.
he has very little friends.
He doesn't need a lot of friends. He just needs people who's willing to support him. And he has that by Gizmo or something. I don't know.
yeah, I know what you're talking
Yes.
about. That guy who does the computers.
Microchip, thank you.
Microchip.
Best thing about military
Who's-
people is they follow procedure.
What is Pennywise's stance on education?
He
Let's
can
get-
make
Fear-based.
he can make parents believe that their kids are both still alive and educated.
On a national level?
Are we going by the
He was able to
movie
do
or
it
the
on a
book?
town.
Because I got a specific passage I'd like to.
I haven't seen the new one. I haven't seen the new one, but I'm mostly going off of the book.
Wait, hold on one second. So it is an interdimensional majigamabob, yes?
It looks like a spider.
Okay,
because
okay.
that's all
be a
the
lot
So
of
there's a
stuff.
problem. The
Potentially
Constitution
magic.
says he's got to be American. He wasn't born American. He can't be president. Done. He's a military officer. Done, son. Done like a Cinnabon.
Yeah, done.
I couldn't hear what.
He's
yeah, you
he's
got-
an intergalactic space creature. He's
Hold
not
on,
an
hold on,
American.
hold on. You got-
he can't be elected.
Yeah.
We have protocol that we follow in this great American country of ours.
He can make people believe that he is an American citizen.
All right, now let's not talk about who can sneak their way in. Who is going to give me the best policy? Who is the best president? It's not about whether they will be president or not. I'm doing my presidential hand thing. What are they going to do for our country?
Not
Last
eat
policy.
children.
Oh, okay. First off,
I am strictly on the platform that we will not eat children.
All right, so the naughty
Not
children
consume them.
What is
Okay.
Pennywise's
the
platform?
believe
best
popcorn.
presidents have been able to make people from either party work together, like Johnson, FDR. He would terrify every senator to just vote for whatever policy he wanted. There would be no gridlocks or party lines.
Have
and
you
then
ever
he would
heard
have-
him speak?
He would become the
Has he
Senate.
ever said a word?
He would
would
be
just
become the
Senate.
Senate.
He would.
But, okay,
no one would.
We've already had Karl
to do
Rove
what?
in the White House.
What is his final? What is he gonna do when he's there?
Eat everybody.
Yeah, that's it. That's all he wants to do is eat people.
He's gonna
He doesn't
fix
have a
the
policy.
economy.
He doesn't even know what
by-
books are.
Hold on.
He's gonna fix the economy by focusing on reducing the population.
Okay, and then what's Frank Castle's policy gonna be aside from not eating
gonna
children?
eliminate every single criminal in America.
Okay, time. I got to give it to Frank Castle only in that you guys got caught in the eating of the children a little too much, and
Promise is a child in every pot
That
and a
made it
spider
harder.
in every cave.
so now you get first dib, and then you will have
Only
to
certain children left behind.
you will have to get
The
these
dumbest
next
children
2
left
points.
behind.
You'll have to get these next 2 points to stay in the game. All right, next up. Who would be the best Little League coach?
Pennywise now.
Best Little League
Can you
coach.
imagine that? I can't hit the ball anymore. I don't have an arm.
We have the distraught. What's his name? Violator from Spawn. John Fat John Leguizamo.
Wait, are we battling John Leguizamo?
And Darkseid.
Okay.
We have Violator and Darkseid. Who would be the best Little League coach?
I only know who voices Darkseid, which is why I want.
Are you guys taking Darkseid? Okay, you guys have Violator, John Leguizamo. Who would be the best Little League coach? Go.
All right, so first of all, he's known for shapeshifting. I mean, he looks kind of gnarly now, but just imagine. He kind of looks like Danny DeVito right now, but he does switch around. He puts on a nice little costume. He inspires Spawn to go from this guy who really just all of a sudden lost his family, and now he's got this cool-ass suit, to someone who's actually able to help and fix people. He does it through a roundabout method, but, at the end of the day, Spawn still does help
fix people.
Hey, results matter. He gets results.
I'm just saying that
Win that trophy, baby.
If someone goes to me, do you want to be taught by the man who beat Superman? I'm like, sign me up. Sign me up right now, because if I am being taught by someone that knows how to beat one of the strongest men in the world that is an alien, they're going to help teach my kid to be really good at Little League.
He has beaten Superman?
Yeah, I think he's beaten Superman several times.
Yeah.
Several times.
Okay.
Now the issue is right there is anybody who's been in a little league or a softball league as a girl knows that the coach is definitely not top management. It's usually middle management. Your friend's dad.
That's why it's even better. It's him you have top at the top.
He's never going to show up. He's got too much going on. Middle management, he's trying to fulfill something that's not being fulfilled in his own career.
But he would have an incredibly broken and parroting henchman.
Absolutely not.
Kids get to
and that's what we are.
Kids get to do Little League in space in different dimensions.
We are not.
All right, I can't hear you if you're both screaming over each
Wait,
other.
no, kids get to literally do Little League in space in different dimensions. They get to do they get to literally
Okay,
travel.
have you ever done the candy bar fundraiser for the Little League jerseys? Because that is a door-to-door nightmare. What I am saying is lower your expectations. Take the henchman as your coach, because he's really just going to have you middle of the road, which is what you expect.
All right,
from
what is
elementary school, Little League.
All right, let me go dark side. I want to give you a second, and then we're going to wrap this up. What is my kid going to learn when he's on your team?
World domination, to be the best under any circumstances, and nobody wants the pest in a fat suit. Get Ratjack from the Starship Troopers. Get Michael Ironside voicing your kid's education on how to be a man and deal with sports.
Or lady.
Okay, other side. Hold on. Okay, go ahead. Last skill.
I've seen what Darkseid does to people who fail. And let's be honest, when you're doing
There's
Little
too
League,
many kids.
When you're doing Little League, you're going to fail. You're going to miss that little T-ball. You're going to miss that throw. Darkseid's going to blow him up with his eyes. There's no failure with Darkseid. If you do that, you get destroyed.
Okay,
with him, I mean, look at him. Everything about him is failure. He's okay with that.
This is what my kid.
All right, time. Now, you had me, but then you you talked about the failure, but then he's the biggest failure. I don't want to learn failure. I'd rather learn world domination. I got to give it to Darkseid. You sort of trapped yourself there. So you're still in this. It's now your turn to pick. All right, next up, for the next point, you guys need to get this to keep it going. Yep. I'm going to ask, who would you like to discover is your long-lost father? All right, first up we have Dr. Doom. Dr. Doom, he is a doctor. And we have Kodos. Space alien, a lot of space options from The Simpsons.
Yep.
Kodos versus Dr. Doom. You guys get to pick first. Dr. Doom.
Really? Oh no.
Dr. Doom versus Kodos. Who is your long-lost father? Go, Gil.
I mean, come on. Not only is he rich, not only is he incredibly intelligent, he has a country. He's not only technologically, he's basically Tony Stark, but with Doctor Strange mixed in together. It's the best of both worlds.
He will not suffer rivals to the heir of Latvaria. He is the only eternal ruler of Latvaria.
I've been in Pittsburgh for 15 weeks. I don't need to take over.
Latvaria might actually be a real country.
No, it's not. All right, and what about Kodos? Or that might be Kang, Kodos. What's one of them?
So that man will just straight up kill you. This guy will teach you moral lessons through a lot of some good, especially on first 10 years, and then some bad, but some still okay, seasons of Treehouse of Horror, Halloween special, and The Simpsons. You can at least be in The Simpsons world where 100% less people die, and I don't want to be a vegetarian, but there's some really good moral lessons that you can learn in this universe versus the Marvel Universe in Latveria, where you're just straight up murdered.
I mean, come on. Has he ever done anything?
You just said that he teaches.
Yeah, he was in charge of the Dolphins and they took over the entire planet.
He's an intergalactic space traveler. He travels through space. He's got a spaceship.
What do you think he did?
That's
Whoa, hold on.
didn't do that.
Doctor Doom is basically Harry, as he was backing off that. Harry Potter, Doctor Strange, everything. Listen, also in the comics recently
What
under.
was that you just said?
We're in a
I don't
movie
know. Tony
theater.
Stark.
They're all in movies.
It's late, Andy. It's late.
I too can
Listen,
off
he's got
random
everything.
names.
So wait, you said he's a space traveler or whatever. He can
Yeah.
travel through dimensions, time periods. He's a time traveler as well.
No.
Also,
Can he do that?
Yes, he can because he does it with his
No.
mom sometimes.
Fact check.
Yeah,
Can Dr.
it's a
Doom
thing.
Go through,
Not Fantastic Four, not
And
implemented
through
by the Fantastic
time,
Four, who
can
have
and
straddle
through time.
dimensions. Okay.
And, like,
Okay,
the
in the
whole
comics recently
freaking
under
universe.
Bendis, he
by
had a
himself.
relationship with a doctor. He started to come good,
Not
and
when he
she
had
got
the gauntlet.
pregnant. She got pregnant, and he took the news very well. And I think that he would take the news very well of like having a long son. So the idea of him not bringing the son aboard because he's some selfish maniac, I think is invalid due to recent comic canon. Kids, read comics. They're good.
He murders rivals to his throne.
And Harper's.
He murders rivals to his throne.
Is that fact as well?
Also, he was in the Simpsons movie. He's never made it to a Fantastic Four movie.
No.
Wait, right?
He absolutely did. It was terrible. He was the only good part. I liked him in Nip Tuck, but I'm really the new casting may be okay.
All right.
Shannon, quickly.
So every single person on the planet dreams they are something that is above human. So he's part alien. I get to be part alien. And I also, if I never knew he was my father and I watched this every year and I learned a life lesson, then I found out as an adult, I'm like, oh my God, my dad's been teaching me this entire time. That's really cool because it goes instrumental from my childhood. He was always there, but he wasn't there.
The whole planet was made for you.
The whole planet was made for me. I can
learn
literally
life
the opportunities, my opportunities are through the stars. I can travel. I can do all that because I am more than human. I can be anything I want to be because my dad's an alien.
How'd you not know
Okay,
you
so how do you
want
beat
All right.
how do you beat Dad being an alien and take you through the galaxy?
So the issue with being the son of Kodos or daughter, whatever, I assume that men are the only ones who inherit. The issue is that Kang and Kodos follow
Don't assume they're
as
gender.
brothers and as a sentient race the presidential election of Earth. Now, the difference is if you are the child of Dr. Doom, you inherit whatever he has because he is a monarchy. So
Best it was
honestly,
New York.
I'd rather own fucking everything than have to argue with somebody and then possibly kill my brother. I don't know. It's a hassle.
I just want to go on a spaceship and fly because that's just fucking amazing. I can see comets and shit.
Travel through dimensions.
Okay,
So,
time.
wait,
Don, I know you're a Dr. Doom. You know Dr. Doom, right?
Don, didn't he abdicate his throne?
Can he
He abdicated his throne, didn't he?
Can you come help me with Dr. Doom knowledge just to make sure I make this right decision? Can Dr. Doom now that the fights are over? Shush, 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 shush. Can Dr. Now here's where I'm going to play my cards because you're both done. Shannon saved you because of course that's awesome that he can travel through the galaxy and is a space alien. It took you way too long to get there and you should have led with that. But so anyway, can Dr. Doom do all that as well? Because they're sort of claiming he can go through the dimensions and space through space travel. I don't know Dr. Doom comics as well.
On average, no, but he has done it before, and he is arguably just as smart, if not a little bit less smart than Fantastic.
And would he kill the people who are up for his throne, even including his own son?
That, yes. He's a very
Okay, so Kodos gets it.
The question wasn't about whether he would kill his own son.
I mean, I don't want to admit, I don't want to find out he's my long lost father. He's going to murder me for the throne, and he's not going to take me to space. So I need to verify those fact checks, and
He
if
is
that's
magically
the
immortal.
case, that's how that works. All right, guys. Wow, it's tied. That means we need one more question. I hate doing this because that means I have to edit this longer, but it is what happens. All right. Let's ask this one. Who would be the best wingman? Someone to go out on a date with to help you get the lady or the man. All right. First up, we have Freddy Krueger.
Charmer.
And next up, we have Jason. Freddy versus Jason. How fitting for our final match. Who is the better wingman? And for this fair one, we're going to flip again because it's a tiebreaker.
Tails.
Gil, you can call it.
Heads.
It is tails. You called it. You want to check with your team? You're all good?
Hold on.
Are you out of your freaking mind? Yes, of course we're great.
Okay.
Okay. Jason versus Freddie. Who do you want as your wingman? Go.
I mean, he's got the strong silent type. I mean, comparatively, if you stand next to him, anyone is going to look 1,000 times better. He probably, honestly, doesn't smell too good, which means women are going to flock away from him. So you can use him essentially as some sort of, like, you stand over there, I'm going to be over here, you flip him over this way, and then just basically corral the women towards me.
Okay.
Exactly.
He's a border
collie
collie
for ladies.
Okay, so reason why Freddie would be a better wingman, two main reasons. One, he's the duff. And anytime you want to get any sort of action, you want to have a duff who's less attractive than you are, so you are more attractive in comparison. Second, he can literally change dreams. If he wanted
Is he in a
to,
dream?
if he wanted to, he could just fill your sweet man or sweet lady with all these fantasies that regard you. So she or he is just turned on by the time that you see him next. He's perfect. Like he could just magic you anything.
So he's gonna.
So are we assuming that it's a dream sequence? So we go to a bar, we're like, hey, I like that lady, and then next week, let's just hope she's back.
Why would you
No,
use
no,
the
you-
wingman only once? Your wingman's your best friend.
Well, because I want
He's
to get in
saying
there.
that
and
they'd have to
want
be
it done.
asleep to use Freddie, correct?
Yeah.
Well, I'm saying that if you really like someone, you don't go for the first try. You go multiple times. And
No,
you
but sorry, I'm asking the actual question of how is we using Freddie if we need to be asleep?
Okay, so this is gonna be very, very awkward, and I'm sorry to everyone. But what's gonna happen is you're going to tell Freddie what you want out of a lady, and then he's gonna find the lady, and then he may slip a little something in her drink, and then she's gonna go take a little nap, and then when she wakes up, she's going to not even realize.
Listen,
that she's
you're gonna
been
go
out
to
at
jail
all.
before you go on the date.
She'll just be filled with
It's
love.
done like a Cinnabon, son. So I mean, again, I hate to say it again. Listen,
you can literally
Jason.
be a Supreme Court justice and do that. It's cool. You don't have to actually get away with it.
Whoa. That's funny, but listen,
advocate
Halloween's around the
roofing,
corner.
but-
Jason fits into the party. He's gonna allow you to get into the club. Freddie can't get in the club like that. They don't
can't get
be
into a club when
expecting
you chop
Scarface
the
up in there.
bouncer.
That's not happening.
You can't
How
get
can
into
he
a
get
club
there?
when you chop the bouncer.
know?
The police come.
You're more often than not, you're going out to a bar, you're going out to a club when you go with your wingman. You don't go to the damn library or the farmer's market. Either one, which one of those they won't be able to fit. But Halloween is right around the corner.
Hold on.
They fit in. He's got the hockey mask. Hey, I'm the damn
controls-
goalkeeper. Done.
No one
He's in.
controls Jason. You have to pretend to be his mother. That's so messed up. You'd be like, stay here, mommy's
Case in
just going
point.
on a date. You're gonna it's just super weird, and he's not intelligent.
There's nothing
Lynn,
less
quick, yeah.
attractive than
Yes,
you know.
there's
Lynn, go ahead. Have your Sam. You want to help?
No.
Let's get.
No.
Don't end on date rape, guys. Give me
So
give me
you're
something
thinking too
valuable.
small for a wingman. When you have a person who invades dreams, you don't actually have to go to a bar. You don't have to go anywhere. He shops for you. He just picks a neighborhood, and you tell him what you want.
He goes on
and you
Amazon?
tell him,
Like, how does
I
this
want a
work?
nice girl. She likes this. She's into that. If she dreams about this sort of thing, I want you to show up, dress as me, look like me, and be cooler than I actually am. And that's what you want from a wingman, is to be someone who's cooler than you are, to convince another person to be into you. Because otherwise, you could just do it your darn self.
So hold on. So he's doing this in the dream before the date?
The date, wingman. There's no wingman dates. The whole world is your bar.
So,
when you've got Freddie on your side.
So, all right, I need to
That man.
I am
genuinely-
going on a date, and I have Freddie with me. You're telling me I go tell him who I want, and he's getting in her dreams the night
He
before?
doesn't even live in the corporeal world. No, forget going on a date. You're going.
Explain it then. What is going on in the date?
Okay,
So I don't get it.
No. Look, you go to a place. You see a
Okay.
girl you like.
Yeah,
you
I'm
say,
going
hey,
out for the bar,
you
whatever.
Go, hey, her. That night, he invades the dreams. The next night, you guys go to the bar.
That's
and
what
she's there
okay,
and she
got
loves
it.
you.
Got it. Okay. So but I need like a 24-hour period for him to go home and inceptionize
Why
in
you
the
got
dreams.
your rocks off the second? You wait.
Pick the person before.
They don't even know what they're doing. All right. Now, what is happening when I go out on a bar with you? Is anyone getting date raped?
All right, first of all,
No. Okay, good.
I want to say.
That's it.
No, I was going to say.
I promise you.
I never said anything. I said that she takes a nap and wakes up and is unharmed. She just takes a nap and is completely. She had a wonderful sleep.
And then
all
she's
right?
just
That's it.
hypnotized into dating a
Just
guy
sitting
she
on
wouldn't
her
have otherwise. Okay. What's happening with Jason?
Well, first of all, after all that, I need a drink, but not from you guys.
Yeah, I was gonna say, don't take one from me.
But the important thing about Jason is that as a wingman, you want someone who's looking out for the best, the best guy, the best lady, the best person. And honestly, what you really want is someone who's in touch with their sensitive side and who definitely has a great relationship with their mother.
Jason doesn't feel anything, and all he would do is just kill the competition. So
Yeah.
I mean, that sounds like a great idea.
Yeah,
you
that sounds
you
pretty
want
good.
lady, you want people.
Sounds pretty good. I kind of
Yeah.
want him to kill the other guys because then I'm only one left.
But
So I got it. I mean, I
Why
kind of
would-
just showed the
why
points.
would-
Time
no
is
matter
up.
Why would the chick go
Time
for you
is
after
up.
all
No
of the other suitors are
Time
dead?
is up, and I got to give the points to Jason. You guys were so quick to pick Freddy, but Freddy came with so many complications of they have to be asleep, and then we have to do some weird, shady things. But
Amazon 5-day
I think
delivery. Just
I think
keep
smelly,
Don't roofie
stoic, stoic Jason would probably be a better wingman. This is based on the arguments. So I got to declare. What was your name again?
I don't know.
The amiable horde.
The amitably whores from Always Sunny as the victors. Bravo! But I also got to give you guys a round of applause. You guys did play very well, and you did play hard there at the end. We know what you meant. You didn't actually mean any of that. But so let's not get too crazy. That's how this show works. We got crazy. It's Halloween. That's the only way. We had shots. It's the only way this show works even better. So stay tuned someday for our Patreon super drunk Nerd Wars. That's going to get really good. Patron Wars. If you have a topic or who's the best round or anything you want us to debate, please leave it in the comments below. Make sure you've subscribed and hit that little notification button. And thank you all for coming and playing. We'll be back again next week for some more horror and crazy fun, hopefully with some of your ideas. Thanks again. Have a wonderful week. Bye-bye.
Bye.
And sorry.